Hi, everybody. All our friends and patrons and supporters of the Santa Clarita Master Chorale, welcome. Welcome to this celebration of choral music and music together. Hey, the title of the concert is I Must Sing. And we must sing, right? And you must be our audience. Because without you, we don't do this. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us through the years. And we have a fantastic, fun program for you tonight. So sit back and relax in the shade and listen to the beautiful music and be a part of this. So thanks for being here. They didn't provide me the teleprompter I requested, so I've got these little 3x5 cards. So we're going to start off tonight's performance with an archive, a video of one of the archives of our concerts in the past. So it's it's a grand night for singing. So let's start this I Must Sing off with a great tune by Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein from the 1945 musical State Fair. You remember when we used to have those, State Fairs? It's a grand night for singing. Santa Clarita Master Chorale sang this in our concert on June 2nd, 2018. The title of the concert was It's All About the Music. Our first soloist tonight this afternoon is Liliana Castelblanco. Liliana's been with us off and on over the years, and she's got a really interesting journey with the Master Chorale. It's a beautiful soprano voice, and she actually started with us back when she sang with Mary Purdy in the Canyon High School Choir. Liliana, you want to tell us a little bit about your time with the Master Chorale?
Sure. Well, I actually started singing with Master Chorale my senior year of high school with Mary Purdy, our choral director. So I sang with them that year, and then I went off to college, came back, sang with them one more time after that, and then I went off to get my master's degree and my doctorate, and now I'm back, hometown.
And we're glad she is, that's for sure. And Liliana, it's her name, but she told me I could call her Lily. But you know what? I also have a shorter name to call her, Doc. I'll call her Doc every now and then because Liliana is a doctor, and she's out there doing worked for all of us during this time. So thank you, Liliana. Would you like to tell us a little bit about, yeah, a little clap for you for that. Yeah. You want to tell us the song you selected for us to sing for us tonight and why you selected it?
Sure. So this song is called Green Finch and Linnet Bird. If you are familiar with the musical Sweeney Todd, it's from that musical. The performer that sings it, her name is Joanna, and she's kind of trapped in this house, and so she's singing to these birds. And I thought it was very appropriate for what's going on right now in the world, because it's about, being a caged bird and not being able to fly, but at least being able to sing.
Thank you, Liz. Beautiful, beautiful. And you may notice there's another person here on the stage with us. That's Ann Moore. She's our accompanist, and you'll see a lot of her tonight. And we are so grateful to have her for the Master Chorale. And I'll just say this, she's very talented and also very humble. So thank you, Ann. Liliana, take it away. That's great.
Green finch and linnet bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? How can you jubilate sitting in cages, never taking wing? Outside the sky waits beckoning, beckoning, just beyond the bars. How can you remain staring at the rain, maddened by the stars? How is it you sing anything? How is it you sing? Green finch and linnet bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? Whence comes this melody constantly flowing? Is it rejoicing or merely hallowing? Are you discussing or fussing or simply dreaming? Are you crowing? Are you screaming? Ring dove and robinet, is it for wages, singing to be sold? Have you decided it's safer in cages, singing when you're told? My cage has many rooms, damask and dark. Nothing there sings, not even my lark. Larks never will, you know, when they're captive. Teach me to be more adaptive. Green finch and linnet bird, nightingale, blackbird, teach me how to sing. If I cannot fly, let me sing.
We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
mask, wear a mask. Everyone just put on your damn mask. Wear a mask, wear a mask, wear a mask. Now when I come home feeling tired and beat, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet, up on the roof. Mother knows best, one way or the other, something will go wrong. I swear, skip the drama, stay with Mama. Mother knows best.
It's time for our second archive video, and you've all heard about the concert we had in 2015 where Stephen Schwartz joined us. You know Stephen Schwartz, the composer of Wicked, and he's also the composer of the music for Colors of the Wind and the musical Pocahontas. This performance from our June 2019 concert, Color Me Music, includes our children's choir under the direction of Angela Hicks. you're going to have some opportunities tonight to make donations. I just want to let you know that. In case you were wondering, donations will be accepted tonight. You can go to our website in scmasterchorale.org, and for the next, there's a little button right there. You just click on donate. And for the next 5 minutes, any donation you make will be earmarked for our children's programs, which we have the children's choir and the educational outreach program. So please, feel free to donate. I may ask you at least one more time. And now I'd like to invite to the stage Michael Freed, our next soloist.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks. And a fellow bass. He gets the, fortunately he's in the bass section and right in front of me. I get to lean on him a lot, so we're glad we have him. Michael, you get to sing a lot, and you've got a lot of interesting hobbies. You want to tell us about your singing, what you're doing now, and some of the hobbies that you have?
Sure. Well, there's not a lot of singing going on in person, but in my synagogue, we have services every Saturday morning, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to lead them in song every Saturday morning. So we have services start at 9 in the morning, go till 12 or 1, and I get to sing a good chunk of that. So that's gives me an outlet for some singing at least during these times.
And I mentioned he's got interesting hobbies. You know, Michael donates time on his sailboat. He's a sailing boat captain. He's also a pilot. And so the Master Chorale has benefited from him donating that time, and we bid on those auctions and get to fly with him. I've personally gone on 2 sailing trips with him, and the last time we went, whales and dolphins, you can't imagine. But Michael, thank you for that donation.
My pleasure. We've had the best time on the ship. On the
Yes,
boat.
we have. So, well, tell us about the song you're going to sing and why you chose it.
Sure. When I heard the title of the evening tonight, I Must Sing, I thought, well, The Sound of Music. I mean, you know, since I was a little boy, that was the musical, all of the great songs that I grew up with. And of course, the title song just talks about how you must sing. You know, Maria is sitting up there on the mountain, and she is late to evening vespers because she just has to be in the environment where she hears and feels the mountains giving her inspiration for music. So that's why I picked The Sound of Music.
Thank you, Michael. Awesome. And back here, you'll notice
David?
another member of the Santa Clarita Master Chorale. He has sung, but he's also a gifted instrumentalist and donates a lot of his time and energies to the Santa Clarita Master Chorale, and he has a lot of energy. Let me introduce David Ewart.
My day in the hills has come to an end. I know the stars have come out to tell me it's time to go. But deep in the dark green shadows are voices who urge me to stay. So I pause and I wait and I listen for one more sound, for one more lovely thing that the hills might say. The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that fly from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like the chime that flies from the church on the wing, to laugh like the brook as it trips and falls over stones on its way, to sing through the night like a lark that is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that fly from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to fly like the chimes that fly from the church on a breeze. To laugh like the brook when it trips and falls over stones on its way. To sing through the night like a lark that is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once more.
One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky.
Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done.
With my facial mask, it's hard to sing. We're staying at home, social distancing. And oh, choir, I miss you so. But oh, Corona, I'll never forget the first time you hit the States. I have never been the same with quarantine hair, playing board games. And when the schools closed, that's when I went insane. Set my bar aflame, every bottle drained. This is not a game. I started.
Wonderful. And Michael, thank you. What a beautiful job. That's just delightful to listen to. So next, I want to introduce our interview between Alan, our conductor and musical director, with Kevin Memley. Now, Kevin Memley, it actually says here in my teleprompter, our director, Alan Petker, sat down with composer Kevin Memley to discuss the piece he was commissioned to compose in honor of the chorale's 20th anniversary. We will enjoy hearing the premiere performance, which occurred on June 2nd, 2018, directly after the interview.
Well, Kevin Memley, thank you so much for joining us for our I Must Sing, our live and virtual concert, our first and maybe only, who knows? So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be your composer for your group and to your audiences. Well wishes. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you.
I thought it might be interesting to just see how it is that you got into composition at all.
I started out as a pianist, and then I kind of had drifted away from my piano instructor's, tutelage, and I started writing and making up notes on my own. So I'd come up with these fantastic endings to Beethoven sonatas that I shouldn't have, and I just fell in love with making more of my own music rather than was on the page. And so at about 12 years of age, I had the music theory skills to start etching out, what I thought, my favorite Star Wars theme would look like on the page, because I imagined it would look very different than hearing it by ear. And so that actually was my start. And then I had a bet with my father. I ran out of quarters that he was giving me at a KOA in, I think, Utah somewhere. And I'm like, Dad, I need more quarters for the arcade. And he says, well, why don't you try writing music? And that's when I sat down on the motorhome table and wrote my first trio for flute, violin, and piano. We got home and the family put it together, and it sounded pretty good. So that was my start.
And your dad gave you a quarter.
Actually, it was like $120 some, and he took us all to Disneyland.
Nice. That is outstanding. Oh, I love that. That's a great start. Great story.
Yeah.
Maybe you could share with us what your primary job is these days. What are you doing?
So I work in a town called Kingsburg. It's south of Fresno, California, and I'm church choir director. As you know, this pandemic has changed a lot of things. So we're doing online. We tried to meet outdoors, distanced, and it's just a little difficult right now. But since I don't have as many choir responsibilities directing them and writing for them, I'm also involved in the kids ministry. So I shoot their Sunday services, and then I bring the footage home, and I do a lot of online editing at home for them.
I was going to ask how the pandemic has impacted you, and I think you kind of gave us most of that answer. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add to that, because
I think just briefly, I'm writing less just because there seems to be less, but I'm also, what I write for my choir has dramatically changed because of COVID, because I can't be in front of them, because my singers cannot be next to each other, because they're not strong readers. I have to make music more accessible to them on Zoom and trust them. And so I'm really making an educated guess now as to what they're capable of, knowing what I can rehearse with them and the amount of time that I have. So that inevitably changes the texture and the complexity of the music.
Well, speaking of music, because On Music is, of course, what we'll get a chance to relive for most of us and to hear. And you chose that Thomas More text, and I'm kind of curious if there's often a story about how those things develop.
It connected with me right away, and again, gracious that you sent me just a great few selections, but that one specifically connected with me because Moore talks about how the effect and the power of music has such a lasting impact. He calls it music spell, and he says that language even fades before music spell. And this is coming from a poet, a guy who uses words as his art form, saying that music spell is so powerful. And so I just identified with that. It gave me the freedom to kind of revel in the music that I write and to be the sound that he so eloquently described in his poem.
Yeah, the piece is it's a big landscape piece.
Yes.
I mean, I think there's actually romance to it, to me, I'd call it, but it just has a grand character all the way through. And I'm thinking, is there anything in particular that you would like us to be listening for? A favorite spot? I don't know what to say. Anything at all you want to give us a clue?
I always love to give people a little bit of insight as to what to listen for. I would say the momentum of the piece. So a lot of what I do in my composition is I love to add rhythmic momentum. Maybe just keep an eye out for that as you listen. When you hear things stirring underneath the main melody, that's really when we're definitely heading somewhere. So allow yourself that luxury.
I'm remembering something else too, and that was that as this commission developed, it seems to me that we didn't really have an orchestra at first. It was a piano, and then, hey, some funding has come through, or we've got some instruments coming. You proceeded to create an orchestration, and then yet again I said, oh, more is coming. Now we've got horns, and I forget all that was added, but and of course you go, ooh, oh goody.
I think it was the second horn, if I'm not mistaken, and I think you gave me less than a week's notice on that when you found out you had acquired a great player. And believe it or not, Alan, I think that second horn part really made the whole piece.
Well, we're going to listen to the piece and enjoy that. I'm going to say thank you very much for giving us some time so that we could get a chance to get to know you and your music a bit better.
Thank you. Enjoy and be blessed.
Thank you.
See all that makes life dear.
Well, as you can see from that beautiful video, oftentimes the Santa Clarita Master Chorale has an orchestra with us, and we're blessed to have them. And in that piece, you could really see how that enhanced. Oh, and I'll just tell you this little interesting thing. When we sing with an orchestra, oftentimes those players come up to us afterwards and say what a joy it was to sing with the Santa Clarita Master Chorale. So it means a lot to us. So thank you, because during the next 5 minutes, your donations, the donations will help to sponsor an instrumentalist for our next concert. So at $300, we'll sponsor an instrumentalist, and as you can see, they add an awful lot to our concerts. So we're going to have a little short video again, and then I'm going to, well, yeah, we'll start that. And then Angela Hicks is going to join me on stage.
Me. Good morning, my dear zucchini plant. Good morning to you, and you, and you, and oh, you. Good morning, good people.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. So it's root for the Dodgers. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Vocalizing in the car. Oh, so I don't drive my family crazy anymore.
Thank you all for being here. So now I'm going to introduce to you Angela Hicks, our next soloist. She's been with the chorale for many years. As you know, she's also the conductor of the children's choir. Angela's a professional singer and a voice teacher. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got into that?
Sure. So I can't remember a time in my life where I wasn't singing. I like to think I came out of the womb singing. But I started in choir at my church when I was 4. I had my first solo when I was in kindergarten, and I sang my whole life. It got me to Pepperdine, where I had a full scholarship singing there, and then I went on to USC to get my master's degree there. And then a funny thing happened where I quit singing. I quit for about a year because I was very frustrated. I thought my technique should have been further along than where it was. I had a lot of natural talent, but I didn't quite understand how my voice worked to the point that I thought that it should. So I took that year and I pulled out all of my vocal pedagogy books and I just nerded out and just went to town retraining myself and learning more about my voice and understanding how everything works. And then after that year, I got a call from my alma mater, Pepperdine, and they asked me if I wanted to come teach. And I was like, well, if I can retrain myself, I should be able to retrain other people. And then my first lesson that I taught at Pepperdine, I fell in love with teaching. I was like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. I thought that I was supposed to be a singer, but my true calling is to help other people discover their voice and discover everything that it can be. So I've been teaching ever since, and it's what I'm here to do.
Fantastic. And you're mostly teaching high school age and older, right? Adults and that kind of thing?
Yes, I taught at the collegiate level for 12 years, and then after I had my third baby, I couldn't do it anymore because, 3 is a lot. So I stayed home, and now I have a home studio that isn't up and running right now, unfortunately, because of Corona. And I miss my students dearly, so hi to those that are watching me right now. I miss you guys. Yes, I teach at home, mostly high school on up.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. And also, she is teaching at home as well because she's homeschooling her 3 children, age 10, 8, and 6. And God bless you, I know that's got to get you. Anyway, you want to tell us about the song you're going to sing and why you selected it?
Sure. So when I heard the title of the show, I Must Sing, I immediately thought of this little-known aria called Art is Calling from Me. It's a Victor Herbert aria from an operetta called what is it called? The Enchantress. I know I was going to forget that. It's little known. It wasn't his most famous work, and it only had, I think, 104 performances in 1911 through, I think, the early parts of 1912. And then it kind of just disappeared. Not because the music wasn't great. I heard more it was because the book wasn't all that great. But there is a wonderful soprano by the name of Beverly Sills, who I'm sure you guys have heard of. She recorded a bunch of Victor Herbert's music, and this song came back into fashion. Kiri Te Kanawa uses it a lot as an encore. A lot of other famous sopranos use it as an encore. And some mezzo-sopranos like me, this is I am pretending to be a soprano, but this song is so much fun, and it's about to me, it's the song that you go to when you're rocking out with your hairbrush in your room by yourself. Opera version of it. So.
Wally, remember that. Thank you, Angela. So, with no further ado, here's Angela Hicks.
Mama is a queen and Papa is a king, so I am a princess, I know it. But court etiquette is a dull, dreary thing. I just hate it all, and I show it. To sing on the stage, that's the one life for me. My figure's just like Tetrazzini. I know I'd win fame if I sang in Bohème that opera by Signor Puccini. I've roulades and the trails that would send the coaches down the backs of all hearers of my vocal phrase. I long to be a prima donna, donna, donna. I long to shine upon the stage with my embonpoint and my tra-la-la-la-la. I will be the chief sensation of the age. I want to be a screechy, bitchy, contrattrice like other plum girls that I've seen. I hate society, I hate propriety. Art is calling for me. I'm in the elite, and men sigh at my feet. Still, I do not fancy my position. I have not much use for the men that I meet. I quite burn with lyric ambition. Those tenors so sweet, if they made love to me, I'd be a success, that I do know. And madam, I'd asked if I once sang in Faust, that opera so charming by Gounod. Girls would be on the brink of hysterics, I think. Even strong men would have to go out for a drink. I long to be a prima donna, donna, donna. I long to shine upon the stage with my avoirdupois and my tra-la-la-la-la. I will be the chief sensation of the age. I long to hear them shouting "Viva to the Diva!" Oh, how lovely that must be! That's what I'm sighing for. That's what I'm dying for. Art is calling for me.
Thank you, Angela. That was spectacular. Love that. Okay, now we're going to introduce our fourth archive video. This is the from the Gloria in the Mass in Blue. Will Todd is an English composer of fine classical music who also loves jazz. His music, his Mass in Blue, was the featured work at our June 2019 concert, Color Me Music. It was also one of the most challenging pieces we've done, ever attempted, but proved to be one of the most crowd-pleasing works in our performance history. That was awesome, right?
It was.
People really loved that. It was, as it said, it was very challenging for us, but we sure enjoyed performing it. So I'd like to introduce our next soloist, Sean Taylor, one of our professional singers who sings with us. And we're delighted to have him. He makes quite a commitment to sing with the Master Chorale. He lives in La Habra. So he comes up every Monday to rehearse with us. But Sean told me when I was talking with him the other day that he's actually busier now than pre-COVID with the music and things that he's doing. Tell us some of the things that you're working with.
Well, I actually got a job in February as a temporary job as a high school teacher in Roland School District, and then so I was working doing that, and then my wife put me to work cleaning up the house and doing a bunch of projects, and so that was a lot. And then actually I started getting into this virtual choir because when we went out on COVID with the students. I had them submit recordings, and I made a virtual choir with them. I thought, wow, this is a lot of fun, because that was becoming, the thing, virtual choirs. And so then other people started showing some interest in it, so I started producing those. And then there's a couple churches I work with, and I have been, submitting Sunday morning solos for them, and that's been like really steady and stuff like that. So even the video tonight you get to see is one that I did. So yeah, it's been pretty busy. My wife is still keeping me busy though.
Yeah, if you tried to donate anything to Goodwill, you can't get in the door,
That's right.
Anyway, thank you, Sean, and thank you for making the commitment and driving all the way up.
Is La Habra in California?
I think it's in Orange County, isn't it?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay. Anyway, Sean's going to do a song that you may recognize. I don't know. And tell us the song you selected and which.
Well, a couple years ago we went to the Elton John concert when he was touring, and it was just fantastic. And so when they, gave us the title, I thought, well, come on. It's the first song in my Elton John anthology book anyway, but Your Song. And so it's just a fantastic song. And Ann knew it, so that helped. And so this is Your Song, because it's just an awesome, incredible song about singing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Taylor.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I sat on the roof and kicked off the moss. Well, few of those verses, well, they got me quite cross, but the sun's been quite kind while I wrote the song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do, you see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean, yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world.
Good thing we got a handrail. Thank you, Sean. Oh, thank you, Sean. I need to tell you guys about something new for us, something fun for the Santa Clarita Master Chorale. It's just been added to our homepage, scmasterchorale.org, where we've got a wonderful holiday gift idea for you. A quartet from the chorale will be singing a personalized Christmas carol virtually and sent out to the recipient of your choice. All you need to do is go on the website, scmasterchorale.org, and check it out. It'll give you the directions right there, and it's a great gift to give to a friend. So, also, we do like to talk about donations too, so it is time to talk about another donation. And we do have, you may not know this, in the chorale, we have scholarship singers, mostly students, but occasionally a singer who'll need a help. And so a donation for $150 during the next 5 minutes will underwrite a singer's scholarship for 1 year with the Santa Clarita Master Chorale. Again, thank you all for your help. Now, it's time for another virtual song, and it's called I Sing Because. And it's a virtual song that was performed by several members of our Master Chorale. We got together and submitted videos. I know that some of our choral singers in the Master Chorale were part of a virtual choir of 17,000 singers. Now this is slightly less than 17,000 singers. 17. But it's beautiful. We were glad to sing it because the song, Christopher Rust is a high school choral director in the state of Washington. When the pandemic hit, he composed a piece for his kids to sing that so wonderfully expresses the sentiments of singers everywhere. We simply had to create a virtual choir performance to include in this concert.
I sing because
Playing a little Bach, I think, will bring some sanity to an otherwise insane time.
Sayonara.
We love you guys.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Can't wait to be together.
Arrivederci.
We miss you.
Here's to singing together again someday.
So hang in there until we see you again.
Miss everyone.
Wish we could be singing for you.
Bye-bye.
God bless you. Mwah.
Thank you for your continued support. See you soon.
I can't wait till we're back together. I miss our patrons. I miss our concerts, our rehearsals. I miss it all.
It's just not the same singing with your dog. I hope to see you guys soon. Stay healthy. Go ahead and turn it off, baby.
Bye.
I gotta wait. Thank you. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Okay, now I want to introduce Kathy Wu. She is one of our sopranos, altos. Her range is so fantastic. Not only is her range fantastic, her genres are fantastic. I've heard her sing classical, folk music, church music, show tunes, you name it. So, Kathy, I was asking you, what's your favorite, or do you have a favorite?
You know, I'm kind of a love the one you're with kind of a gal. Because, I like Angela, I started singing when I was very young. And I just want to make Grandma happy. And my Korean grandma liked, I don't know if you've seen the robotic children that sing in the pageants that they do in Asia, but I did that. And I was raised in the States. And so all growing up, I was enthralled with Julie Andrews, so I tried to sing like her, mostly because she sings effortlessly. You don't even hear her singing, it just comes out of her face. But then in high school, I fell hard down the folk music hole, and I thought I was Karen Carpenter for a while, and then I was Pat Benatar, because the thing that makes me want to sing is I want to sound like them. So I mimic primarily. And I was involved with a terrific group called the Young Americans, and so I got a little choral, taste of wonderful choral, and sang for the church for years and years. And so, wow, I have a little second soprano thing going on, because all church music is second soprano, which second altos resent, like probably basses do. I spent my life being a second alto, and now I'm a first soprano in the Santa Clarita Master Chorale. So I'm mimicking Leslie and Lily, and the women around me are teaching me to be a soprano. So right now, I love the one I'm with. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. This is a wonderful experience for me. Growth experience, learning from Alan. And Angela gives some really great pointers, which you know.
Yes, we were talking about it.
Yeah. It has improved us all. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Kathy. We're looking forward to your song, and I want to tell you I want to ask you to
All right.
tell us
All right.
the song you're going to sing and why you chose it.
You know, I literally Googled songs with the word sing in the title. And a whole bunch came up that I was like, no, don't know that one. This one was written so long ago, I thought, well, it must be better. So I looked it up, and it's Al Jolson sang it, and it's came up on YouTube as part of White Christmas, which I don't remember that, but the woman sang to me from YouTube, and I went, oh Lord, I'm gonna sing that song. Let me sing and I'm happy. Just says it all. So that's why.
And that's why and that's a perfect song for you, Kathy, because when you deliver the songs, you deliver it with a lot of joy. And so thank you. Share it with us if you would.
Thank you very much. I say tonight, let's take a break from the cares of the nation. Tomorrow I'll ponder again all the rights and wrongs. And although I am one who cares about all these affairs, tonight I'd like to pause to sing you this song. Let me sing a sad refrain of broken hearts that loved in vain. And if my song can start you crying, I'm happy, I'm happy. Let me sing a funny song with crazy words that roll along. And if my song can start you laughing, I'm happy. Oh, let me croon a low-down blues to get you out of your seat. And if my tune can reach your shoes and get you tapping your feet, David, I'm happy. Your shoes and start you tapping your feet, I'm happy. Let me sing a heartfelt song, one that makes you wanna hum along. And if my song can start you crying, or get you laughing, or start you singing,
Thank you, Kathy, for sharing your joy of singing with us. I mean, we all felt that, so thank you. So, we're getting close to the end. Here we've got another archive song we're going to play for you. Also, I want to remind you that in case you've been longing to donate, here's the one more final chance. Although you can't after this concert's over, please go home and feel as if, because we do, seriously, count on your support. It means the world to us and allows us to continue to present the fine choral music in Santa Clarita that you've come to expect from this group. Please be generous. And the next is from our archive song. This is we titled this concert "I Must Sing Because It's True." It seemed fitting to conclude the show with an American folk song composed by Robert Wadsworth Lowry. From our June 2nd, 2018 concert, It's All About the Music. Gwyneth Walker's setting of How Can I Keep From Singing? Oh, that's the end, that sentence ends there. Gwyneth Walker's setting of How Can I Keep From Singing? That's fantastic. Thank you guys. And at this time, of course, I want to thank you all for being here, but I want to thank all of our performers. Please come back, all of our soloists back on stage, please. Okay, good.
You're up there by yourself. You hold it down.
What's that?
It's all you up there.
Oh, yeah. It's our soloists, and of course, Ann Moore, our accompanist. I don't know where David snuck off to, but that's not unusual for him. He comes and goes pretty regularly. So thank you all, guys. You are all such beautiful and really brought the evening to life for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you all for coming. As I've said, we couldn't do it without you. And you know what? We love to sing. And we love to sing for you. And so thank you. We hope that we get to do it on and on for many, many years to come. Thank you. Thank you, guys.